We're going back in time to discover how ENC came to be with the history of the New Bern Fire Department. We're here with David Finn, the president and chairman of the New Bern Fire Museum. Thank you so much for having us.
Glad to have you.
We are so excited to learn all about the history of your museum. So what's the first little story that you want to tell us about?
Well, the museum started in 1955, quite a while ago. The original fire company in New Bern, there were several fire companies in New Bern, all individual operations, but the Atlantic company was the mainstay for a number of years. Of course, the Civil War came about, and Northerners moved in, kind of took over New Bern, and they started their own fire company called the New Bern Engine Company number 1, which got the nickname of the Button Company because they had bought a Button steamer. In 1927, the City Council decided to build a central fire station to house the two companies together, hence this building, which was completed in 1928.
And you've been talking so much about why people should visit, but what is your favorite part of this museum?
Oh, my favorite parts. First of all, my favorite piece is this Seagrave ladder truck, known as a quad. It's basically a fire pumper that has been extended and carries a full bed of ground ladders. So that's my favorite piece in here. Probably my favorite exhibit is the Fire 22 upstairs.
David, so we are now in the second level, or the upstairs of the New Bern Fire Museum. What other history can we learn about up here?
Well, this is a great exhibit. It's in the old rec room, meeting room of the Atlantic Company, and it is the Great Fire 22, which we just celebrated this past December, the 100th anniversary of that event. It destroyed a tremendous amount of the city of New Bern. It's a long story, but the short story is it was a football game in Raleigh, and everybody went to Raleigh, and a fire broke out along the river and spread to another building, and then there was another fire. Anyway, there was nobody to respond to it, just a few people, and eventually it engulfed a lot of the residential homes, left like 3,000 people homeless.
Wow. So
it was a devastating event in New Bern's history. This room, with all its pictures and drawings and this model that we have of the city and what burned. So that's one of my second favorite thing in the museum, because I think it's an important part of the New Bern history, and it tells the story quite well.
And why do you think knowing the history of our fire department here in New Bern is so important for people?
It's an important part of the history of the city. It's an important part of firefighting in the country. We have a tremendous amount of visitors from our firefighters. We get letters and they send us their patches. We've had visitors from every state in the Union and 38 foreign countries, multiple people from different countries. It's just amazing.
David, so if people want to contribute to the museum or volunteer, where can they go for more information?
Well, probably the best place to go is New Bern Fire Museum. Would be the best place to check on volunteers, to volunteer, give a donation.
Well, this really lit a spark under my fascination with history for New Bern, and this is the perfect place to bring the family and the kiddos, and make sure to come back to Hello ENC every week as we discover how ENC came to be.